Hello everyone, it's Ellie. Pardon my voice, I'm almost over my cold, but I'm still a little raspy. It is October 16th, 2024. On my TV, I have Calm Whale's new release of the Aries full moon handpan meditation music. In my last video, I mentioned that I would try to create some more Zen content. And if there's ever a time to try to relax, it's in the Aries full moon, which starts tomorrow on the 17th in the States. So I was doing my morning meditation, and as I entered a trance state, I felt pulled to film this and try to do a guided meditation with you all. This is not something I have experience with, but I do feel my heart opening to it. So, if you'll just take a few minutes of your day with me, this is not going to be a long video, it's not going to be a vlog, it's just simply so we can step into the new energy. I will state that this is a final closing of energies between the Libra and Aries nodes of the moon, which we have been experiencing for 2 to 3 years. There's plenty of astrology out there that you can watch to find out more about what we've been experiencing. I've mentioned a little bit about it. Oh, my other cat, Little Miss, is joining us for the meditation if you hear her meowing in the background. And my other cat, Hull, is curled up as well. So I got 2 kitties here with me, my babies. Anyways, to get off the camera. Listen here, I'm trying to film. You can't do that when I'm meditating. No. Yeah, curl up. There you go. So, everybody, well, most people, I don't want to assume that everybody in my audience knows all there is to know about astrology, but because my focus is deeper than pop astrology, I know I'm speaking to people who have a little bit more information. And if you don't know anything about evolutionary astrology or soul work, we'll probably learn more about it together as I further express myself. But there are a couple people in the field that I highly recommend checking out their work. The first person who, not officially, but kind of introduced me to the world of evolutionary astrology through his work is Timothy Holleran. His channel name is Rosalila Healing. And also Coyote Star Astrology with Alex. And she does really great work as well. And she's in Southern California. So, yeah, if you want to catch their videos, I highly recommend both of them. They're amazing people who are around my generation and doing the work. And they are experts in their field. And I hope one day to ascend to that caliber. But for now, I'm just sharing at my leisure with everyone here today. So back to what I was saying about the Aries energy. I preface this by saying that I am a Cancer rising sign, so the moon rolls my chart, and I'm also a psychic medium who is still developing my talents. But the thing about people who are ruled by the moon is that they feel every transit shift with the moon, and they express those energies. And when you're psychic or an intuitive or an empath, you tend to feel things before other people do, or more strongly. And I've noticed a trend in my life where I tend to feel the transits actually days before they happen. And I've come to the conclusion in my journaling and like inner work that it's to prepare other people to go through it. This has happened to me time and time again, and it's interesting because that means that I'm able to hold space during the peak of the storm, so to speak, for other people. So I mentioned previously that I have a lot of Aries placements, a lot of 10th house placements. So I have a lot of fire in my chart, even though I also have a lot of water. And I've had some deep processing, which my last video, which talks about that processing, goes into that more. I want this video to be more for everybody else because that's what I was called to do. So I think it's important that whatever is going on in your life that's making you angry, that's unsettling you, disrupting you, causing you irritation, frustration, discord, I want you to remember that in order to be emotionally regulated, you must not react, but respond. And this is very important for people who have especially Aries placements in their top 4. A lot of people say top 3, which is your ascendant or rising sign. Those terms are interchangeable, so use whichever you want. Your sun sign, your moon sign, and I'm also including Venus here. So if you have that in your top 4, you're going to express it a lot stronger than other people. Something I realized the other day when I was thinking about energy and how the moon affects us. And I almost created a little meme for this because I've started sharing on my Instagram under my storygory, which, yes, I coined that term, storygory. A collection of stories in its own category is what that means. But I have one called Astro Insights, and that's everything from fun, little tips and myth busting, or just funny pop cultural reference to energies of signs and transits. So, have fun if you head on over there. Please do give me a follow on my media, and I guess if you'd like, give this video a like, check out a couple of my other videos. I do plan to be creating a lot more content, but again, I started this channel not to get likes, but to finally put myself out there and do the work for others, not just myself. So people who, whatever new or full moon, or any moon transit, which happens every couple of days, as I said before, whatever part of your chart that you have that energy in is going to get lit up and activated. And if you'd like to have a new or full moon astrology reading, please go over to my booking site on SquareUp. I've got all the links everywhere. And if you don't want to schedule through there, you can always email me or text my business number. But when we talk about the new or full moon energies, they're even more potent than a simple moon transit that happens every few days because the energy is empowered. And most people know the difference between a new and a full moon energy. New moons are for calling in, they're for setting intentions, they're for bringing in what it is that you desire, but not just on a superficial level. Full moons are more for looking at, reviewing, releasing, healing, and also at the peak of them, they're a prime time for like full manifestation. So from a witchy perspective, if you have some work you want to do, it also depends on your intentions on what you want to do. Full moons are one of the most powerful times. And again, we have the full moon in Aries tomorrow. And as an astrologer and a pagan, I look at the energies of the moons, and I plan ahead using electional astrology and my intuition and guidance from my spirit tribe on what kind of energy to express or hold space for. And certain moons we should not be casting in, and certain energies we should not be messing with. But certain energies are extremely powerful. So this particular moon, like, I want you to look back to the Aries new moon we had 6 months ago and think about what you started back then. With the nodes and everything, the North Node is about our destiny. It's about where we're going in life. It's our true path. And it happens to the collective. This is where evolutionary astrology is involved, and it goes past pop astrology. So on a collective level, every few years, there is a generation that falls under that nodal placement. So I can say for the last 2 to 3 years, whoever's had an Aries, who has an Aries North node has probably been hit with this the hardest, or a lot of Aries in your chart. I happen to have a lot of Aries in my chart, even though I'm a Pisces sun sign and a Cancer rising. And however those energies are expressed is how it's going to show up in your life. But I can say everybody that has the North Node in Aries has been learning how to not latch on to others and how to go forward for yourself, how to survive on your own, how to create your own destiny, how to pioneer new ideas, how to embrace your inner true self and identity. And another time I'll go into that thought in another video. But I just wanted to give you an idea of the energy we're dealing with and what this full moon has led up to. Unfortunately, you do see a lot of chaos, a lot of harm with an Aries full moon in our society. It can bring up a lot of arguments and violence, but that's not my focus here. I focus on more the inner world and doing the work for yourself and your small community. I don't focus a global political level in my life or on my channel because I'm a healer. And again, I still have qualms with that term healer, but it's kind of universal and people understand it better. So this is why I felt called to do a meditation with you guys. I've never done this before, so hopefully I'm able to give you something that really brings you peace. I haven't written anything down. I haven't planned anything. I'm just being here now, as Ram Dass says. That's a great quote, by the way, if you haven't heard it. It's been one of my mantras for like 15 years now. Be here now. So let's just be here now. All right, you guys ready? First thing we need to do is take some deep breaths in and out. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine you're breathing in yourself, all your energy coming back to you. And then as you breathe out, I want you to imagine anything that isn't of you, that doesn't belong to you anymore, that you've been holding on, that you're releasing it. I did a quick meditation on this in my prior video as an example. But again, I do the work with you, so let's begin. Okay? Close your eyes if you may. Ready? Breathe in. And out. Again, in. One more time. In. Notice the sensations in your body. Did you just become more relaxed? Did you feel something release from you? This is mindfulness. I'm going to take you to a simple grounding exercise now. I want you to imagine that you're sitting cross-legged on the ground. Wherever that may be, maybe it's a forest floor, maybe it's a basketball court, maybe it's sand on a beach, or perhaps a rug or carpet in your bedroom. Feel the sensations of the material on your body. If it's grass, feel the damp, moist, prickly sensation. If it's the court, the warm concrete, the sand, the gritty, grainy, soft, pillowy pleasure. Your carpet, your home, your nest, your haven. Now that you've been in touch with where you are, I want you to imagine roots, tree roots, slowly tingling from your hips, spreading down across your pelvis, across your behind, through your thighs, roping around like vines, but not too tightly, just gently, slowly, smoothly. You see these vines and roots of a tree slowly cascading down your legs, over your feet. Now I want you to imagine that it begins touching the earth and it holds you in place. You feel that security. You feel your stance. You feel your whole body being there in that moment. Now I want you to see, all of a sudden, you break ground. Those roots dive deep within our Mother Earth. They cascade through tiny pebbles and massive rocks surrounded by earth. Go as deep as you can go into that earth. And when you've reached the bottom, I want you to imagine in your hips, suddenly you feel a tug and you're pulled down just a little bit. You're beginning to ground. You're beginning to call back to yourself all that you are. You're beginning to feel sure of your position in this world. You get pulled down a little bit deeper. All of a sudden, now your ankles are within the earth. Now your knees. You can feel the world around you, but you're at peace with it because you're here now. Now your thighs are beneath the earth. Feel that. Enjoy that safety and security of being held by the universal goodness. Imagine now that you are within the earth to your hips. You are grounded. You are safe. You are whole. You are capable of anything you set your mind to. Now, we're going to go through the chakra system. We're going to start at the root. The root is at your base of your back. You could imagine your tailbone if it helps. There's a red disc. What color is that disc? Is it dark red? Is it bright red? Is it a soft pinkish red? What color is it? Observe it. Now I want you to imagine this disc spinning counterclockwise. How fast does it go? How quick does it move? As it is churning and spinning, imagine debris flying off of it into all directions. This is all the energy that is no longer serving you. All your fears, all your worries, it's being cleared. For as long as you need, imagine this. When it's time to go forward and to call in, you will see a deep ruby red within that disc. Take a moment. Remember to breathe. Are you ready? It is okay if you need to pause this video before we move forward to our sacral chakra. Each person is different. If you've never done this before, it may take a very long time to visualize the process. So take this time if you need it. For everyone else, let's move on to the sacral chakra. The sacral is located in your sexual organs. It's orange. I want you to imagine what we did with the red disc. We're going to imagine our orange disc rotating counterclockwise. Clearing all that debris. You are safe, you are secure, you are loved, you are a passionate, beautiful being. You may see it as like an awful color of orange as the debris is sifted from it. Take a moment, trust the process, breathe. If you need to pause the video to complete the process, do. But for everybody else, imagine a tangerine orange that is shining brightly like a golden sun. That amber kind of sun, that rich, beautiful, warm hue. And imagine your disc rotating clockwise now. As it speeds up, you feel the power. If you're really in tune with your body, you will feel an energetic vibration in each of these energy systems. Sit with it, feel it, embrace it. Know that you are safe. Okay, let's move on to the solar plexus, which is located above or on your belly button. This is a yellow disc. You're going to imagine it going counterclockwise. This is your intuition. This is where you know if you're in the right direction. If you have been full of doubt, you may see a dirty lemon color or a sluggish dark yellow. Let it churn counterclockwise and imagine everything flying off of it as you bring yourself back to your center, your gut, your intuition, your true north. Breathe. You have reclaimed your power. For those that are ready to move on, imagine your disc going counterclockwise, speedingly through with such brilliant, blasting solar energy. Do you feel that? You're doing such a good job. Now, let us ascend to the heart chakra. You'll feel this in the center in your core. Some see this as a pink light. Some see it as green. I personally see it as green. So we're going to go with that color today. Ready? Keep breathing. Imagine this darkish, greenish, maybe smudged disc going counterclockwise. If it needs more work, it'll be very sluggish. If your heart is very open, it'll be very quick. This also applies to the other chakras and the other discs. You'll know, you'll visualize it, you'll feel it. Imagine all harm that has been done to your heart, your psyche, your love. Imagine it just flying off that disc counterclockwise. You're releasing all that has hurt you, all that you are holding on that doesn't serve your highest and greatest good. Any blockages to being open, to giving, receiving, and being love are being cleared. Breathe. Do you feel that peace? Do you feel the love you have for yourself? Do you feel your inner child reaching their hands out to you, embracing you? Thank yourself. Thank your inner child. And thank everyone for the lessons, because it is with this release that we are able to move forward into a better world. Because what we do inside emanates outside. And when you clear the hurt, whether it's upon yourself or from others, from past lives, present, or future fears, you become love for others, and that is embraced towards you as well. So clear it, move through it, take a deep breath again. Okay, let's move forward. Imagine the disc blasting clockwise. It is now shining like a beautiful deep emerald. See it glow. You feel that warm, rich energy of the earth. You are loved. If nobody's told you that recently, you are loved. I am sending love to you right now. And I receive your love as well. Thank you. Ready? Okay. Let us move up to the throat chakra. Take a deep breath. Again. The throat chakra is almost an aquamarine blue. It is a soft blue. Sometimes it's a baby blue. It's the sky. It's clear ocean water. It rules our voice and how we communicate. Let us use our voice wisely, especially with this Aries full moon. Let us not lash out on others. Let us not criticize others. And let us also remember to not criticize ourselves. Let us speak of the highest caliber for the highest good. Let us call in the strongest power of Mercury and the loving energy of Venus. to communicate to our highest caliber. Sometimes I call upon Lady Justice to speak through me in the fairest way. Now, imagine your disc counterclockwise. Is it a little bit of a darker blue? Is it a little foggy? Have you maybe not been able to stand up for yourself? Perhaps you've said too much to someone and you know that you shouldn't have. It's okay. Imagine that dissolving as we go backwards, and that disc flying all of that out of your space into the ether. Take a deep breath. Are you ready? The disc is moving clockwise now. You are able to speak with kindness, with truth, with wisdom, with integrity. Feel that. Know your power. Know your words have power. And speak it with love. You will now see a beautiful Caribbean blue in your chakra, empowered by the highest truth. Take one more breath and then let's move on. Okay, we now move to our third eye chakra. This is right between the brow, between the eyes. It is a darker blue, an indigo. Just to imagine the disc counterclockwise, shedding all that debris. Perhaps it's more of a black blue right now, and it's hazy and confusing and scary. Can you imagine all that shaking off as the disc spins counterclockwise? Sit with it. Feel it. This is your higher intuition. This is where you access your psychic sense, your third eye. This is where we open and protect. Perhaps you've projected your thoughts onto other people psychically without knowing. Forgive yourself and release that. Perhaps others have done the same to you and caused you pain. Forgive them. Release that. Breathe. Now, as we go forward and the disc begins to spin clockwise, I want you to imagine that you are actually under a new moon sky in the middle of nowhere where the stars shine bright and vast. Look up at that beautiful blanket of indigo navy sky, the patchwork of twinkling lights all around you. Know that you have the entire world within your mind's eye, that you may access your higher power, your knowing, your psychic gifts, and use them wisely. Know that within the cosmos in this experience, that no harm can come to you or your being, because you are divinely guided and protected by the astral, by the superconscious, by your ancestors and source, by your higher self that we are all a part of, we all have access to, just like the stars, because they are within us, they are above us, and they are around us. Let that blanket you with its protection and opening so you may see all that you need to see for your highest and greatest good. Let's breathe. Okay, let's go upward to the final chakra of these basic chakras of 7. There are many other chakras, but we are starting with the basics. This is your crown chakra. Some people see it as a purple light. Other people see it as a white light. Some see it as a hazy purple-white light, almost an iridescent lavender white. Whatever calls to you, you'll see it. Ready? Let's turn that counterclockwise. Let us release all that heavy processing, all that ego mental stagnation. You've perhaps been thinking too much, getting caught up in this and that. Let's just release that. You don't need to carry it on your crown. You don't need to have it pushing you down. Breathe. Release. Now. If you're ready, imagine the disc turning clockwise. I'm seeing a deep, deep purple amethyst. Beautiful, deep purple, glowing brightly above my crown. Imagine your ancestors, source, your guides, your higher power now can speak to you freely and safely and securely, that all messages you receive are protected and whole and for your highest good, and that you are able to access higher wisdom when you need it, and you're able to express that through your spirituality, through your practice, through your life. You are free of burdens. You are free of mental anguish. You are whole. Watch that beautiful, deep purple, or white, or lavender, or iridescent disc fly beautifully clockwise, and breathe. Keep your eyes closed because we're not done yet. You have just aligned, cleared, and empowered your chakra system, your energy system that affects every caliber of your being. We are now going to clear our energetic field, our aura, our personal bubble, literally. Imagine a white, bright light around the whole of your being, radiating brightly. It's almost angelic. To others, it may seem very faded. If it is faded, it is weak, and this is going to help you. This is your personal space that no one can energetically break. No one can tap into it. I want you all to imagine that light filling every cell of your body. Are you feeling chills? I am. That's a good sign. That energy is surrounding you at all times. Whenever you feel like you are not safe, I want you to call upon that white light. All you need to say is, "White light, surround me and protect me." Close your eyes, imagine that beaming light. And if you are in touch and you are practiced, that light will expand and boom outwards. And your field will become even more powerful and even more solid and even more protective. But it will also attract and absorb others of light that you can mingle your energy with if you so choose, with consent from both parties. Know that nothing can get past your personal boundary. Are you glowing? Do you feel safe? Are you ready? Congratulations, you're there. We have one final part to this meditation. You're back sitting on the ground, if you hadn't already still been there, and you're still rooted deeply. I want you to imagine that the roots and the vines start encircling your body like a gentle snake. If you are afraid of snakes, imagine it just a vine. It does not squeeze you too hard. It's just gently, smoothly cascading across your flesh. You imagine it churning and turning in every crevice, every fold. It is encapsulating you with its beautiful energy. It is moving above your stomach, around your chest, behind your back, over your shoulders, under your arms. Now I want you to imagine that it is spiraling. Put your arms out. Put your palms up towards the sky. These branches have become within you. They expand past your fingertips and they have leaves. And now you are blooming with branches. You are expanding into the ethers. You are whole within this earth. You are the tree. You are the stability. You are a part of everything. Watch your branches grow and take a deep breath. How do you feel? When you're ready, open your eyes. I'm so proud of every one of you for doing that with me today. I'm sharing with you my personal private meditation. The point of this meditation was to first center you, call back your energy through the deep breathing of calling yourself in and out, and then grounding yourself into the earth so you may function properly in the mundane, but be connected to the mystical. As some of you may know, my saying for my business is where the mundane meets the mystical, and that is what I have to offer to you. I am a Scorpio South Node, Taurus North Node. I am of both spirit and material, and I have integrated myself to express this duality, this polarity, and help others find that balance between what is physically here and what is spiritually there. Because it is all integrated. It is all a part of our soul and our experience. And when you tap into that beautiful energy, you will experience synchronicity. And sometimes people experience that through meaningful coincidences, which I don't believe in coincidences, but that's how you'll understand meaningful coincidences repeating themselves. Maybe you were thinking of somebody and then your shared favorite song comes on. Maybe you look at the clock and it says 111. Maybe you see somebody's birthday on the clock as well, and then all of a sudden they text you. These are synchronicities. Pay attention to them. And if you are starting to experience these things, know that your soul is waking up, that you are experiencing a spiritual evolution and awakening. These are not nothing. Do not let anybody tell you that your spiritual experience is false because they do not understand it. You are allowed to feel whole with the divine. You are a powerful being. Remember that we are not humans having spiritual experiences. We are spiritual beings in a human form having a worldly experience. But that connection to the divine, whoever your divine is, I'm an animist, I'm polytheist, so I believe that every entity and energy is valid. I believe that every faith, every religion, every spiritual teaching is valid because we all have different journeys. We all have different experiences, and we should not be judging others for their experience, that which is not ours. Even if we don't understand it, just say, I don't get it, I release it, and I move on. And when you start to develop your own spiritual practice and you integrate into a whole triple being of body, mind, soul, everything will click into place in your life. I am living proof of that, and I will share more of my story another day. I'm going to leave on that note. And again, just to speak of the mundane, I'd like to ask you to please like this video, share it, save it, and do the meditation whenever you'd like. If you would like me to do more guided meditations, I would love to do that. It's part of my teachings as a spiritual worker. And again, this was the first time I've ever shared this with anybody, so it is sacred, it is special. I want you to know that every time I film and I speak to you, I set the intention that this is a sacred space, that those that are not welcome shall not pass, as Gandalf says. All right, my loves, my darlings, blessings from my mountain, my kitty cats, and my home, and I do hope you all have peace and resolution with the Aries full moon tomorrow. Blessings and goodbye for now.